Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to go over Eonon's latest Android 13 unit, the M3BLA13. And this is a Android car stereo for a 2010 through 2013 Mazda 3. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I do have a video on how to install this unit. So if you've already bought it, you might want to watch that video. Or if you plan on buying this unit, it might help to see what you're up against and watch that video before you watch this review. I will tell you, super easy to install. Now I've already got this unit installed and I've been using it for about a month. I did take a video prior to installing it and I compare it to my older Eonon unit, and I'll show you guys that right now. I just wanted to show you guys the difference what these two units look like. This is the older Eonon unit that I had previously installed in my car, and this is the new one. Now they look the same because they are the same on the outside. The only difference is the new one has got a screen protector that came pre-installed and the old one did not. However, on the back side, you can see it's a little thicker. On the new one, they went a little more narrow. One thing notably different with the way this gets installed is the older one uses the factory holes of the OEM stereo and the new one doesn't. And we'll get more into that later. This is Eonon's M3BLA13, Android 13, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This unit features 1 second boot time. It's really fast. I'll show you guys that here in a minute. And it also lets you keep your OEM steering wheel controls. You can have a reverse camera for this unit that pops up automatically, a front dash cam, and a front camera. It also has Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and Google Play Store. You can choose from 3 sets of UI theme displays, so you can personalize it to your liking. And this unit does have software updates for the software, not for Android, not only for Android, but for the software from Eonon. So the first thing we're going to do is just go over the outside, the way it looks and its fitment. So if you've seen Eonon's older units, you'll know this design. They've been using this design for a while now. I love it. It's the same design. They haven't really made any differences on the outside. It has these touch capacitive buttons, so there is no volume knob. It's actually just a little touch feature. These do light up whenever your headlamps are on. Probably hard to tell because it's pretty bright in here, but yeah, every single one just is by touch, so that is kind of controversial. And you know what, I get it, guys. I'm totally with you. I do like a volume knob. However, it does give a really clean install. Now, if I had to exclusively just use these buttons, it would be a little hard to get used to. I never really go for these buttons anymore. I actually use my steering wheel controls. As you can tell, they're pretty worn out. And they've been worn out for many years, even before I got this radio. But I do use that, so it's not a huge deal. You just have to kind of get out of the habit of going for that volume knob, especially if you're coming from the OEM radio. This does have a 9-inch IPS display displaying in a 1280 by 720 resolution, and it has a factory installed screen protector, which is new to me. The last unit did not have that, so that's a nice little feature to have. Now let's talk about the fitment. It looks awesome. Really, it looks like it just came from the factory like that. The black matches the other blacks really well, especially considering this vehicle is 12 years old now. Now, one thing to note is their previous models, as I showed you guys compared to the old unit, did have a bracket that would use the existing stereo's holes. Now this one does not utilize those holes, so it's not the tightest fit. You can kind of see it move a little bit. And you know, that's really my only complaint with the fitment. Thankfully it doesn't jiggle around on the highway. It does stay pretty tight. I just noticed that by accident one day, kind of messing around, and that's just me being a little picky, but I did want to kind of show that. But other than that, it looks really good. This display is a 9-inch IPS LCD display. It's really nice. It's huge. It gives the car a nice modern look. I do get a lot of compliments for this, the way it looks, and I love it. One thing Eonon claims is this reboot time on this unit is very fast. Now the older units actually had quite a long boot time, and this one has been very fast. Now I actually have let this car sit in my garage for a whole week, and I came back from vacation and got in my car and it turned back on immediately. Did not kill my battery, so that was really good. I'll show you how fast it is, and it's there already. Whenever you turn the unit on, this will be the main home screen, and this is one of 3 different themes that you can choose. For the most part though, they kind of look like this. You can change the color a little bit, and you can customize what goes right here. You can also customize what apps show up down here, and you got your radio right here and your time and date, of course. Right here would be your other settings. You cannot change these, at least I don't think you can. This is your menu button, and you can kind of scroll through here and choose more apps. Now this is fully customizable up here. It's kind of interesting. It shows you your speed right here, and as you're driving, this has a little animation. You can change that to certain apps, but if you click up here, double tap it, you can change it to some other apps. And I haven't really messed around with that too much. You can make it your dash cam DVR, but it kind of freezes it up sometimes, so I just kind of keep it like that. As I mentioned, you can change the themes on this unit by going to menu and themes, and you have 3 different types of themes. Now I will do a more in-depth video of all the features and stuff that you can change on this unit. I'm not going to get into that today with this review, but I will show you guys more and more features. Now let's go to the radio app. I did point at this as the radio, however, I think the radio pops up on that whenever you click on the radio, and then you go back to the main screen. Now I'm going to have this volume all the way down so we don't get copyrighted. And the radio app is really simple to use. I really like the way the UI looks. I will be honest, I haven't really used the radio that much because I use Apple CarPlay a lot, and the radio is just kind of dead to me, but I'll use it every once in a while. Down here you have your presets, and you can customize that by going to your menu or to your station and hold down on that slot, and it'll give it its dedicated spot. You can change through the stations manually down here, and on your steering wheel controls, if you click up or down, it will change to your presets. And there's a bunch of presets. Wow, there's a lot of them. I'm not even sure how many those are. But overall, you know, the radio app is really convenient, simple. It is, I believe, an RDS radio, and I don't know exactly what that stands for, but it will tell you the artist up here if the station does give you that. Some stations don't, so that's kind of nice. You know exactly what artist and what song is playing. It does have an AM amplifier as well, so that's nice. I don't remember the last time I've used that though. I mean, somebody uses that, please leave a comment down below. That would be interesting. If you guys have watched my previous videos, I show you how to install the reverse camera, and I do have that installed in here. And whenever you go into reverse, it automatically comes up, and it's very, very helpful. The resolution looks good, it's nice and clear, and whenever you come out of reverse, it automatically goes away. Now my car does have dark window tint, and that is really nice to be able to use the camera and not have to look around, and kind of hard to see through the dark tint. This unit also lets you install a dash camera. Eonon sells this dash cam, and I'll leave a link in the description down below. And it basically just plugs right into the USB port of this unit. It's a pigtail on the back of the unit, and it plugs directly in. And you route the wire up in here, and I have it coming down, and it's right there. So now we're going to go to the app, and I'll show you the dash cam. The app lets you be able to see what the camera is seeing in real time, and you'll also be able to play back some of your videos. It does have a SD card that's built into the camera. It's removable, but it goes into the camera, and you'll be able to store all your videos on here. I don't know the max capacity, but I do have a 32 gigabyte SD card installed, and this dash cam has worked great. The resolution is awesome. The only thing that I haven't been able to figure out is how to change that to miles per hour. It says kilometers. Not a huge deal. I don't really care too much about that, but it does display this when it's recording, so it would be kind of nice if that worked right. I have had Eonon's previous dash camera installed prior to this, and their dash camera worked wonderfully in the past, so I do have high expectations for this one to last. If any of you guys have ever used a dash camera, you will know that they never really last because of the heat from the sun, the vibrations, and the hot and cold elements that your car is exposed to. So the last one, it still works. I just decided to upgrade. Only time will tell with this one, but you know, it appears to be a really nice high quality one with the camera resolution looking really nice. And there it is. You almost can't even tell. Whenever I'm back here, you can't even see it. The only thing you can really see is a wire. Really love that thing. Super helpful. This unit also has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, wireless Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. Now we're going to get into the Wi-Fi. You go to the settings and network and internet, and connect to your Wi-Fi network. I have not messed with that too much because I really don't want to add any more apps. I'm not going to be able to really use the internet on the go. Some of you guys might have Wi-Fi hotspot on your phone, but my plane doesn't really offer that. Now the Bluetooth, I have been able to connect a Bluetooth dongle for the OBO2 port, and that's really my only experience with the Bluetooth. Now, as I said earlier, this unit has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Today we will be going over the Apple CarPlay portion of this, as I do not have an Android. Now I already have this connected, and whenever you initially set this up, your Eonon unit will automatically connect to the last connection. And let me tell you guys, it connects very, very fast. You just start your car up, unit turns on, and it connects to your phone within 5 to 10 seconds, and it automatically brings up Apple CarPlay. Now, they call the Apple CarPlay app on here Z-Link. I do think that's for Android Auto as well. So we will click on that, and here it is. Now, the apps are a little big. On the previous units, Eonon units, they were a little smaller, and it kind of threw me off at first a little bit. There's not a way to change that, I don't think. But I'm gotten used to it now. I do prefer the smaller ones, but I will say, standing back here, I am 6 foot, so I do have to kind of lean back a little far. It is kind of nice to see the big apps. Now, if you guys haven't ever used Apple CarPlay, it's awesome. I do want to go over the responsiveness of this screen. It is very snappy. Everything loads really quick. The screen really does respond to what you do. Now, this Android 13 OS that it's running, it seems to be very lightweight and not extra stuff that it doesn't need. And I do think that's how they were able to achieve this. Whenever you go through stuff, it just really snappy. And it's just very, very simple and clean. I think that's the trick with this. You don't want to overcomplicate it and slow your system down. And this is the volume buttons. They do respond pretty quick. I just wanted to go over some of the system specs. This unit has 2 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of onboard memory, and LCD IPS display is 1280 by 720, and then it's running Android 13. Now, 2 gigabytes of RAM, it might seem kind of low, but I'm telling you, this unit is just very snappy for what it is. It's just a lot more responsive than what you would expect for 2 gigabytes of RAM. You can customize the color of these lights when they turn on. They turn on whenever you turn your headlamps on. And you just go to settings and change the panel color. Now, by default, they are red, and that'll match your HVAC controls down here. Well, I haven't really messed with that too much, but if you wanted to have blue, maybe to match your gauge cluster, you can do that. I do want to go over some of the apps that come pre-installed with this unit. I have not installed anything extra, so if you go to menu, you'll have various different types of apps, your aux-in, Bluetooth, music, Chrome. You got the equalizer, that's really nice. You can adjust your bass settings. There's different types, equalizer settings. You can change the way there's more sound on the back or the front. You can change it by individual speaker, and then this up here you select, or maybe it's just the subwoofer. I do have a subwoofer installed, and you can kind of change some of the settings on here, and then you can change the gain on individual speakers. So that's pretty nice. There's a file explorer, so you can go through the system settings and then the SD card on the dash camera. There is a front camera option. I haven't installed that yet, but I was considering doing that. You can install a front camera on your bumper and click on this app, and it'll show you, the objects right in front of you. That'd be helpful pulling in a tight garage like what I got here. There's Google Chrome. I haven't really messed with that too much. The Netflix app, that would be kind of interesting watching Netflix in your car. Hopefully not when driving. Your radio app, of course, and YouTube. This is the Torque app. Now this is really cool. You can buy a Bluetooth dongle. I believe Eonon still sells them. I'll leave a link in the description down below if they do. And you can check engine codes right here with your radio in real time. That's super nice. Maybe we can go over that later. Whenever I do a more in-depth video, I'll show you guys some of that. Now these apps up here, they are customizable. You can delete one of these and then add what you want. I believe if you, okay, I guess it's off of this list. You can go over whatever you want up there. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add my radio app. And just like that, it's a lot more customizable. Now, overall, guys, I am really happy with this unit. I haven't had any issues with it whatsoever. I've had it for about 4 weeks now. I haven't had a single glitch, nothing weird. It has just worked wonderfully, and I'm really happy with it. I do think Eonon has really stepped it up over the years. They listened to us and the feedback and really delivered on this unit. Now, considering the price point of this, I do think it's a great buy. And compared to other competitors out there, I think this is the better buy. And overall, it's just a great unit. I'm really happy with it. So if you guys really want to try this thing out, I totally think it's worth it. And especially if you had a stock stereo in here where you didn't even have the screen. I mean, this is just a game changer. It just makes your car look way more modern. And, you know, it might keep you from trading your car in for a little bit longer and get some more life out of it. You know, we're all trying to find ways to save money these days, and cars are really expensive. And doing this upgrade can really get your car up to date. So it's really nice. As I mentioned, this is Eonon's latest unit, the M3BLA13. It is running Android 13 OS. It has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can also do wired if you'd like. It has a 9-inch IPS LCD display, displaying at 1280 by 720. And overall, I think it's a great unit. I haven't had any issues with it. If you guys consider the price point of this unit and really compare it to what you had previously in stock form, and you actually, if you compare this with other units, I think this is a really good buy. There are other units out there, but Eonon has way better support. They do have customer support and lifetime updates for this unit. So if you want to see this unit for yourself, click on the link in the description down below, and if you use my discount code SPARKY10, you will get $10 off your unit. All right, guys, well, thank you for watching, and I appreciate it. If you like this video, please like the video, share it with a buddy, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me. If you guys want to see more of this in the future, subscribing is going to be able to give me that opportunity. And if you have any questions about this video or the unit, leave a comment down below and I will reach back out. Thank you for watching.